Well, slap me silly and call me a doodlebug. It's story time, kiddos. And not just any stories, oh no. We're talking about the Giggle Chronicles, where classic tales get a brand new, shiny, laugh-out-loud twist. Think fairy tales, but with more fumbles, more stumbles, and a whole lot of funky dance moves. We've got pigs building disco palaces, wolves allergic to bacon, and a tortoise who's faster than a squirrel on a sugar rush. So buckle up, Buttercup, and get ready to giggle your socks off. Oh, and before I forget, I'm your trusty narrator for this wacky journey. You can call me Storybook. Once upon a time, in a land where houses were built with a sprinkle of glitter and a whole lot of groove, lived 3 little pigs. These weren't your ordinary oink-oink pigs, no siree. These pigs were disco-dancing, platform-shoed party animals. One built his house of straw, the second of sticks, both flimsy as a feather in a hurricane. But the third pig? He built his house of tofu bricks. Strong, sturdy, and totally vegan-approved. Now, lurking in the shadows was a wolf. A very hungry, very sniffly wolf. You see, this wolf was a vegan. And the smell of bacon, oh boy, it made him sneeze. Achoo! The wolf sneezed, blowing down the straw house with a mighty gust. Achoo! He sneezed again, the stick house collapsing like a stack of pancakes. But when he reached the tofu house, the aroma of soy milk and kale calmed his sneezes. The pigs invited him in for a groovy disco party, and they all danced the night away.
Hey audience, want to join the fun? It's time for the funky chicken.
In a world of flying cars and self-toasting bread, lived 3 Robo-Bears, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. They were all about high-tech gadgets and gizmos, their house a wonderland of blinking lights and whirring gears. One day, while the Robo-Bears were out recharging, a mischievous girl named Goldilocks skipped in. This wasn't your grandma's Goldilocks. Oh no. This one had a smartphone, a hacking app, and a thirst for adventure.
Yeehaw!
Goldilocks hollered as the chair went haywire. Next, she hacked Mama Bear's automated vanity, turning her makeup brushes into tickle monsters. Then she turned Baby Bear's coding robot into a disco ball, showering the room in flashing lights. When the Robo-Bears returned, they found their house in complete chaos. Goldilocks, covered in glitter and laughing hysterically, looked up and said,
Oops, wanna join the chaos? It's electric slide time.
In the heart of Giggle Forest, a race was about to begin. The contestants? Toby the Tortoise, slow but steady. Hare the Hare, fast and oh so vain. And Sammy the Squirrel, easily distracted by, well, everything. Ready, set, go! Shouted Storybook, the words echoing through the trees. Harry zoomed off, leaving Toby in the dust. But then he spotted his reflection in a shiny acorn.
Gotta look good for the fans,
he declared, stopping for a selfie session. Meanwhile, Sammy Squirrel was busy chasing butterflies, collecting shiny pebbles, and trying to befriend a grumpy caterpillar. Toby, slow and steady, plodded along, his eyes on the prize. He even crawled right past Harry, who was too busy posting his selfies with the hashtag #winning. In the end, it was Toby who crossed the finish line first, much to everyone's surprise. Sammy, distracted by a shiny button on Toby's shell, accidentally tripped over the finish line, giving Toby the win.
What a race. Now who's up for the shell shocker dance?
He started wiggling his shell and everyone joined in. In a village where the houses were made of gingerbread and the sidewalks were paved with candy, lived Little Red Riding Hood. But this wasn't your average Red, skipping through the woods with a basket of goodies. This Red had a skateboard, a killer playlist, and a knack for outsmarting grumpy wolves.
Speaking of grumpy wolves, lurking in the shadows was Walter the Wolf. Now I was absolutely hangry. I hadn't had a decent meal in days and my stomach was rumbling louder than a thunderstorm.
He decided to dress up as Granny, hoping to trick Red into becoming his lunch. But when Red arrived, she found Walter in the kitchen, covered in flour and frosting, trying to bake cookies.
Granny, what are you doing? Red asked, stifling a giggle.
Trying to bake, but these cookies are driving me bananas, Walter growled, throwing his whisk in the air.
Red, being the clever girl she was, taught Walter how to bake the most delicious wolf-approved cookies. Walter, his hangriness cured, joined Red and Granny for a dance party, shaking his tail feathers to the beat.
Hey, you! Yeah, you reading this? Want to learn the Granny Shuffle? It's Howl-arious. Granny winked, showing off her moves.
Section 6. And now for the grand finale. The music swelled, the curtains shimmered, and the stage was set for the grand finale.
Out came the disco pigs, strutting their stuff in their platform shoes.
Goldilocks followed, doing the robot dance with the Robo-Bears.
Toby the Tortoise boogied with Sammy the Squirrel, while Hare the Hare tried to capture the perfect selfie with the dancing duo.
Little Red Riding Hood, Granny and Walter the Wolf joined the party, their laughter echoing through the air.
It was a dance extravaganza, a celebration of laughter, silliness, and the joy of a good story. The audience clapped along, their faces lit up with smiles. Section 7. The end. Or is it? Storybook closed the book with a flourish, a mischievous twinkle in its eye. And that, my friends, is the end of our Giggle Chronicles, for now. But as the lights dimmed, a faint giggling could be heard from backstage. Was that a pig wearing a robot costume? And was that Goldilocks teaching the Hare how to do the Macarena? Some stories, it seems, never truly end. They just keep on giggling, twisting, and turning into new and hilarious adventures. Section 8, bonus round. Want to keep the giggles going? Of course you do. Here's a bonus round of fun. Draw your own wacky versions of the characters. Don't be afraid to get silly and creative. Write your own funny endings to the stories. What if the pigs opened a disco academy? Or Goldilocks became a tech guru? Put on your dancing shoes and invent your own silly dance moves. The sillier, the better. Section 9. Until next time. So, keep on laughing, keep on imagining, and keep those pages turning. The Giggle Chronicles will be back with more wacky tales and silly shenanigans soon. Until then, happy reading.